Hey y'all, it's Sydney and I am here because I just felt the need to kind of do a little tarot and chit chat because listen, life has been lifing. Okay, life has been lifing. I'm not even gonna lie to you or make it seem, less than what it really is, but oh my God, this weekend was so difficult for me. It's so difficult. I'm not about to trauma dump or no stuff like that, but I do like to be very transparent because in my opinion, we are all on this journey in life together. And basically, I need a root canal, a tooth extraction, whatever. I would rather just have the bitch pulled out. But, I would rather just have it pulled out, but whatever. I have a tooth that is just like, causing 10 out of 10 pain. And luckily it's not infected or anything like that, but it's bad. And, dental work is expensive. If I ain't never know that before, I know that now. Dental work is expensive. And so, I'm having a maneuver and navigate for right now because dental work is expensive. And I'm going to have to deal with this a little bit longer until those dental funds come around. So, yeah, my life has just been, it's hard to function when you in pain. And let me tell you something. Over-the-counter medicine don't really help with dental pain like that. So that's what I've been dealing with. But hey, I'm still here. I did feel called. And on top of that, me and my daughter been having a head cold, which is starting to leave, but we've had a head cold. So add that sinus pressure to the dental nerve that cannot calm the F down. Listen. I've been going through there. All up and through there. But yeah, man, I just wanted to pull some cards basically because this is how I ground. And I'm just trying to see what's going on. Not what's going on, but just, is there anything that I need to take in? Anything that we as a collective need to take in right now? Anything that we need to sit with? Anything like that. So, yeah. Let me just see. Ancestors, spirit guides, the divine, universe. Is there anything that I need to sit with right now? Anything that you want to say right now? Make your voice known. Make your presence known. This card is sticking out. So is this card. This card. We got the 9 of Wands on the back of the deck. So here for me is like, something about like you're almost at the finish line. Like everything is working out. Almost at the finish line. Like, there's a rooster on here. And when I'm looking at this rooster, I'm thinking about how roosters, isn't it like at dawn, they cock-a-doodle-doo, cock-a-doodle-doo, cock-a-doodle-doo. And I feel like it's like, it's doing that. It's sounding the alarm of a new day. You got the sun right behind it. It's like, it's sounding the alarm of, like, making the intention known, like, yeah, it looks this way in the physical world, but cock-a-doodle-doo, because there's a new day coming. Cock-a-doodle-doo, So I definitely feel that. And I did not bring my mic. Thought I did, but I didn't. Anyways, we got the Queen of Swords, the High Priestess, the 5 of Wands, and the King of Cups. So I'm really gonna sit with this, because the Queen of Swords, this is like communicating, like, be the master of your mind, be the master of your words, be the master of your tongue, be the master of your thoughts, your conscious thoughts. Because I ain't gonna lie, while I've been going through, listen, honey, pain is a wondrous thing. That's all I can say. It is a mind-blowing thing. Like, the pain has been taking me through there, and I've been doing different remedies that have actually been helping with it. In the meantime, I went to the dentist, I did all that, but I've been doing different remedies to actually help with it, like, you know, different things. But when that pain has hit me, in those moments where, okay, I need to, you know, go back and nurture myself, I need to go back and reevaluate, you know, I need to go back and redo my, you know, at home care routine. That pain has been hitting me, and I just been like, damn, I ain't been spiraling, but I've been spiraling, because I'm trying to figure out, like, how am I dealing with this? How am I, like, it almost makes me think, like, in that moment when that pain is so intense, I'm like, I cannot function. I can't even see a way to move forward, because I've literally exhausted a lot of, I ain't gonna say exhausted, but I've looked into damn near every resource and everything like that to try to go ahead and get this taken care of. And right now it's just like a full stop. And so I do know, I'm not even gonna say think, I do know that being the master of my thoughts and the master of my mind and the master of what I'm saying is very important at this time, and not spiraling. So that's definitely something for me to intake. The High Priestess. So with this card, I'm really getting the notion of, like, first of all, the High Priestess has been popping up a lot. But I'm really getting, like, the feeling of, I already know what this outcome is going to be. And it's just, like, sticking with that. Like, really sticking with that. But also, like, it feels like there's something hidden. There's something hidden that is going to, I really want to take this in. There is something hidden that is going to be presented, you know? Like, I'm not counting on, I have a plan, right? I have a plan, but I do feel like there's something hidden that is going to come in and either be a catalyst for the plan that I already have in place, or if it's not a catalyst, it's going to be like a helping hand for the plan that I already have in place. And that's kind of what I see this cup as. Yes, this is like emotional fulfillment. Cups, that's what the cups are, like, emotional, you know, intuition, all of that. But I'm really seeing this as, like, there's a cup here that is going to be handed to me, that is going to pour into my cup, that is going to somehow, like, really help my plan that I already have in place, like, be facilitated smoother. And then I'm saving this card for last, because this is the Five of Wands. But with this card, I'm not necessarily looking at that this is the Five of Wands. I mean, I am dealing with, you know, conflict and a sense of, you know, like, discord. But I'm more so paying attention to this animal. This is a maned wolf. And the maned wolf is actually not a wolf at all. It is, I actually, man. So the other day when I was on YouTube, there was a shorts that popped up, and it actually was about this animal. I took my daughter to the zoo, and, you know, I feel kind of cringy saying that, because I'm not really a zoo person. I don't F with folks that don't support the animals, you know. I feel so weird about zoos. It's like, yeah, I want my daughter to see the animals, but they're not in their natural habitats, and, you know, anyways, that's a whole other different discussion. But we saw this animal, and the description at the zoo was like saying it looks like a fox on stilts, and it really, really, really does. But it's not a fox, and it's not a wolf. I actually saw a pop-up on YouTube the other day that was talking about it, and it's a candide, and like it's its own genus. Is that what they're called? Genus? It's its own thing. Like it's its own. It's like its own species within a certain genus or something like that. So yeah, but it has super, super long legs, and that's to navigate the grasslands that it lives in. And it has a very diverse diet. It eats plants, insects, and small mammals. But to me, this is just like, man, like, dude, when in life have you ever not made it? When in life has situations that seem so damn dark for you, that seem so intense for you, that seem so hopeless for you, when have they ever not worked out for your benefit in the end? When has it ever not been temporary pain for a long-term gain? And I'm not saying that you have to suffer in this life, but I know my journey. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know how my life plays out, and it's like, it'll be these little tower moments. Because in the grand scheme of things, this is small. Like, it is small. And I am lucky, you know what I'm saying, in the grand scheme of things. And that's not to dilute my situation at all, but it's just in the grand scheme of things, when have I ever not been able to navigate even the darkest things? When have I ever not been able to navigate and come out on top of even my most intense tower moments? And you know, when I get into these moments, it's like, I'm like, oh, I don't have no support, and da 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 da. But it's like, girl, you do. Girl, you do. You do have support. And I know that I do because, you know, my husband, whew, I love that man. Bless him, because like I said, I've been in pain. And I've been dealing with it though. I've been doing the remedies to help with it. Like right now, I'm not really in pain like that. My cheek just feels weird. You know, my jaw just feels weird on this side. But he has went out his way to get me medicine that's gonna help. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna really work and alleviate what I'm going through. And I didn't ask him to do none of that. He just did it on his own and let me know, like, I got you something coming or whatever. So it's like, that within itself is support. That within itself is a blessing. Like, he been really holding down the house, and I've been so appreciative of that, because he just been allowing me to just rest and rest and rest. But it's like, I do have support. So it's like, just navigating the situation from a little bit of a higher perspective. I need to put on some stents, because I was talking to my sister the other day, and she was like, why do situations have to just become so spiraling out of control for you? And I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm good with normal situations, but this is like my health. This is my tooth, like, you know. But it's true though, like, my nervous system has been so, like, I've learned to regulate my nervous system so well. But I'm not gonna lie, I let this situation really, really get to me, and rightfully so, because like I said, listen, I done gave birth and everything. But I'm gonna let it be known, like, I would say tooth pain from a nerve it's contending with, you know, labor contractions. I'm not gonna lie. But I say that to say that even in those moments, like, still, I need to take a breather and just not let things spiral out so much. So if you've been dealing with anything similar, I doubt that you've been dealing with, you know, a toothache, but anything similar, any type of tower moment, like, just take a minute to see, how can you navigate this from a more grounded perspective, because it's not like this is a bird or anything like that. And even the bird that we did get, it's not a bird of flight. It's a bird that walks. Excuse me. So it's like, how can you navigate any tower moment that comes your way, period, from a more grounded yet higher perspective? Because this is an animal that has extremely long legs, right? And those long legs are because that's how it navigates through its natural environment in the grasslands. And the rooster, it's a ground animal too, even though it's a bird, you know. So it still has that higher perspective mixed in with that grounded view. So it's like, how can you have a higher perspective and be all woo woo, you know, but also be grounded too? You know, because we're not going to bypass and say, oh, this isn't bad. Oh, this isn't, you know, something that is actually something to deal with. We're not saying that. What we're saying is, how can we merge those two things, you know, and navigate throughout those? And one thing I also love about this is, yes, it's a mix of the higher perspective along with that grounded viewpoint, but the rooster is also the one that is the first one to see that dawn of the new day, to see that to see that sun peeking up, right? So yeah, nice little chit chat right there. But if you've been navigating any type of tower moment, this is like your advice, my advice, because I'm on this journey. I'm not a person that's like, oh yeah, take this advice. This message is for you. No, this message is for me. And I'm sharing it with the collective that resonates with me and my energy, with the collective that is on the same frequency as me, with the collective that is aligned with me. Okay? I'm a teacher, but I'm also a student. I'm the teacher and the guide that is walking the same path as the students, because everybody is a teacher and a student at the same time. So yeah. And if you don't know about this animal, I really recommend that you looked up the Maine wolf and see what medicine it has to offer. So, peace out. Bye. Catch you on the flip side. Peace.